a zero.
We make everything look good, including being overweight. So, scientifically, you cannot drink alkaline water and it makes your cells alkalytic.
The closer you are to nature, the healthier you'll be.
All right. Happy New Year. I have to start off with that. Happy 2026, everyone. Hello, I am Carolyn. You are in the Mind of Nature, hosted by Dr. Zarif, the nutritionist. As you are coming in, go ahead and share the live. Have others be a part of this conversation. We already know it's going to be a great one. Okay. Go ahead and share the live. Come on in and do the things like sharing the live, like liking the live, commenting. Let us know that you're there, things like that helps to carry the live along. So we have some great topics coming up today. We are going to be talking about eating with purpose. It's a new year. We got to make sure that we are eating and doing the things right for our body. So eating with purpose. People that think they are excluded from illness, let's go ahead and talk about that. Okay. Silent diseases, 5 health issues you might have without knowing. And then also why hydration is important to your body. All right. Those are the topics that we're talking about today. Dr. Zarif, go ahead and join me here on stage so we can get started. Hello. Happy New Year.
And greetings, Carolyn. Thank you very much for bringing me on. And I really appreciate people that are getting up this early to listen. It's not really that early when you look at it, but it's real early for some people. But
Yeah,
thank you so much in any case for being here today. As Kara said, the 2026 is on us. And we got to get on it to make sure that we're getting the types of goals. We want to attain our goals, and in order to attain our goals, we got to have some kind of plan. So,
exactly. I was going to be a little more festive. Is this too much? What do you think? Or
uh,
no,
yeah,
too
yeah,
long? Okay.
you,
All
yeah.
right. Never mind. But Happy New Year is what I'm saying.
Okay, all right, I got you. Um, the thing that's really important here is to make sure that again we attain goals, and the goals that I'm talking about attaining are the ones that we write out or something that we're thinking about. We've imagined we want to live in that way. We want to feel that way. Nobody is again successful by accident. Is something that you put your mind to. And if I don't know anything else about study, I do know that people will do what they love to do, what makes them feel great. It comes down to the feeling. We talk about that a lot. We talk about euphoria. And the thing that I know for sure, if I say to someone, look, that I know for sure I can prove to you that this isn't good to you, that whatever I say isn't strong enough to keep most people from doing it anyway. So we have this the euphoria that everybody has, and so we're not here to judge. Okay, that's just in short. We're not. Oh, you ate that. Oh, you eat that. I can't believe you ate that. Oh, you eat meat. Oh, you eat fish. You know that's not what we're about. We're about giving you information that you can make better decisions. So it's on you. It's your life. I mean, who am I or anybody else to tell you what to do? But what our mission is to give you the kind of knowledge that you can say the reason that I won't eat this is because this has mercury in it, or
Hmm.
this too much of this, if I eat this I'll get certain diseases, if
Yes.
I get this I'll get certain infections,
Mhm.
if I drink this, this will raise or increase my risk of certain diseases. That's how we talk about this, have these discussions, and that's why we get up. And Kara, thank you so much for getting up,
You're
all of this time, year after year. And I know for one thing that is, when it comes, ladies gotta, they got to do the hair, they got to do the face, they got to do the, dress up, they got to look a certain way, feel a certain way. And I have big respect. So if you, your wife, are getting up and watching at the same time, make sure that you express, a big thank you for them. Okay. Thank you so much for that. So, Kara, why don't you go ahead and do a few shout outs? Because after all, we are live and this is the mind of nature. So we will give a shout out.
Absolutely. Thank you so much, Dr. Zarif. And I will. Good morning, Shirley. Hello, hello. Good morning to you. Dr. James Thompson in the house. Happy New Year. Good morning to you. All right. Yolanda says, blessings from Dearborn, Michigan. And she also mentions that the glasses that I had on, that they were cute. So thank you so much. Woo, woo. Thank you, Yolanda. And happy New Year to you as well.
That's
All
great.
right. And Yolanda is doing what Yolanda does with sharing, and I appreciate that. Thank you so much. Michelle Gentle, hello, hello. Good morning to you over on YouTube. Thank you so much. Appreciate it. Appreciate it. So yes, and to everyone else, let me see. I don't have well, I have Instagram over. I don't know if there is anyone over on Instagram. It did not pop up on um my phone, but either way it goes, I'm over here now. All right. So I'll catch anyone that drops a comment or anything else. Let's get this year started right. Woo! I'm excited. I'm excited about 2026.
Beautiful. So we'll go ahead and start off with, and we want you to stay tuned because we're going to tell you how you can get your body in shape and get your balance and your health in our 28-day plan. 28 days, you can get there. So stay with us, and we're going to share that with you later on in the program. Okay. All right, so thank you very much again, Dr. James in the house as usual, and love him, love him, love him because he brings the knowledge. And he, how many doctors that even jog? He has all clips of him working out and telling you while he's doing it. So that is super important because we've in the past, Karen, you know this too. You know how people that are representatives of exercise. I don't, or people that are a representative of great health, but they don't do anything. They sit around in suits and a tie,
Mm-hmm.
and
Yeah.
and then they talk about health and nutrition and fitness, and they don't look like they ran a day in their life. You know,
Yes.
and this is good to see that we're finally getting a shift where we have people that look like they do what they speak about, and that
Yes.
that's super important. Now we got some young brothers that are doing. They're talking about health and fitness, and that's a good look. Um, but as we go on, we'll see and we feel the shift because we should be what we're talking about. We should be that thing, whatever. If we're talking about health, let us be healthy, not just knowledge. Einstein had knowledge, but he was, as far as his health goes, he wasn't in good health. So the understanding and taking advantage of this moment right now to make a decision to eat better, to drink better, sleep better, have a great environment, and make sure you're doing your exercises. And this is something that you can claim for yourself every single day of the rest of your life. Okay.
Yes.
All
Absolutely.
right. So let's get them, Care. Here we go. We're going to go ahead and we're going to start off with eating with purpose. Now, eating with purpose is really important because most people don't eat with purpose. They just throw food in their body. And when I say eating with purpose, I actually, this refers to consuming food without being mindful of the reasons behind it. And if you're not mindful of the reasons behind it, you're eating passively, and you're just putting food in your body, um, and this can just easily manifest eating being bored. Boredom is a big factor. We might go back over that later. But stress and habit, also a habit, just like an addiction in some cases, rather than hunger itself. Now, such a behavior often it leads to overeating, and it can negatively impact your physical and your mental health. Now, there's a lot of key aspects when it comes to eating with purpose. One is mindless eating. Now, mindless eating is engaging in eating while distracted. It's just like when you're looking at TV, or you're talking all the way through your meal, and the aerosol is shooting across the table and so forth. And all this can lead to consuming more than necessary. This is why it's important when you eat food, to eat food as, I would say, thought out better, so that you don't just react to it. Just putting food in your body. That's a good thing about sitting down to a table, and then everybody pray together, and then you eat together. Don't lose that quality. It is super important. That reminds me of also emotional eating, using the food as a coping mechanism for your emotions, and rather than addressing the underlying feelings. So people would feel like they can eat themselves out of that emotional situation. Then you have health implications. And this practice can contribute to weight gain, digestive issues, and a poor relationship with food. So is why it's so doggone important to understand the difference between mindless eating and mindful eating. Now, mindful eating, we talked about the mindless eating. That's just like when you're distracted and you're looking at TV, or you're doing something else while you're eating. And that includes even like going to the baseball game, eating at the different and educational thing, like somebody might be teaching in school or something like that. Those distractions are, they're just mindless eating. But mindful eating is a solution, or it can be a solution. Practicing mindful eating encourages awareness of hunger cues, and it promotes a healthier relationship with food. There's people that don't have a healthy relationship with food continue to have a struggle with food. Techniques include slowing down during your eating your meals. As you will see, I have a colleague. He's a surgeon, very good surgeon. One problem that he eats like you just throwing food at a fan. It's just all over the place, and it's smacking and cracking and crunching, and it's just, whoa, what is going on here? But he's taught himself how to rush through his meal, and then get right back to work. So those of you that have that kind of schedule, you may want to slow down so that you can, and I'm speaking about the health implications, that the practice to contribute more peacefulness when you eat. Slow down, close your mouth and chew. Now, these and some of the things that I talked about, as far as um, in addition to slowing down, would be savoring each bite. Every bite that you take, taste it, taste the all of the seasoning in it, or taste it. For the it's natural. It might be like vanilla, for instance. It's natural taste. You might love it. Like right now, I'm drinking right here this great ginger tea, and things of that nature. And it makes your body feel much. Just really improves the way that your body feel. The other thing is recognizing your emotional triggers for eating. And when you once you do those things, then you will find that okay, like I can't when I look at a commercial and the burger is dripping and with all kinds of secret sauce on it, and you got your other lettuce, big tomatoes, and cheese melting on the burger. All of those things, some people can't even talk about it or describe it because they'll start dripping at the mouth. And this is a part of in the inability to control or to manage those types of triggers. Now, there are some of the physical effects. The I mentioned about weight gain. Weight gain is just simply consuming food in response to your emotions. This is emotional eating is not talked about enough. Many people are going through depression and anxiety, and they continue to eat in a wild manner. And when they eat like this, you're not getting the best out of the food. Food has to be grind down, it has to form a bolus before it is used or the nutrients are extrapolated from it. So, weight gain, when it comes to consuming in response to your emotions rather than hunger, it can lead to overeating. It can lead to being obese, resulting in gain weight gain over time. And that's the best way I can say that. People don't use the word, they don't use fat. When I use fat today, I'm usually talking about an area or some lipids. I'm talking about things of that nature. So this is look, this is what I'm talking about. When you have excess fat in your body, it's because that fat has been produced and is stored in your body. And in order to get rid of that fat, you need to do things that will help you to utilize that excess energy. And not to even mention like the health risk, increased risk of obesity, related conditions such as type 2 diabetes, heart disease, and high blood pressure. Those three things really make a significant difference in the Black community. So if you are a person of color, and I'm specifically talking about Black folks, those people um, like me, the ones that look like me. And this is really important. I was just thinking right fast that a lot of times when I think about people, when it comes to this color thing, it can get way out of if you start talking about that and it just becomes ugly. So I won't do it. But as far as the facts are concerned about who is harmed by eating a certain way, I'm going to keep it real with you. Now, some of the digestive issues like overeating can cause discomfort, bloating, flatulence, and other gastrointestinal problems. So that's just super important right there. Those are the downsides and some upsides. Now, speaking of downsides, the mental effects. Now, mental effects of eating with purpose would be guilt and shame. And guilt and shame, like many individuals, for instance, they experience feelings of guilt and shame after emotional eating, which they can exacerbate negative emotions. Okay, exacerbate means to make worse. So it doesn't make it any better, it makes it worse. Then there's low self esteem. Low self esteem, in my opinion, has to be the worst disease on the planet. Now, most people always no, but if we look at the statistics around the planet, that's a statistic really speaks to the amount of people that are affected by the disease of low self esteem. Yes, I call it a disease because it can definitely change your life. It can make you sick, it can keep you unbalanced. So, hear me when I say that wasn't a mistake. The cycle of emotional eating lead to a negative self-image and decreased self-worth. If you don't think that you're worth it, why would you do it? It's like, and then if you don't think that you're worth it, that's why some some people treat themselves so badly, so poorly, because they don't really think much of themselves from the beginning. And then, as far as mental health, I think there's another thing that I could share with you is increased stress. The temporary relief of emotional eating can lead to a cycle of stress and further emotional eating, creating a harmful feedback loop. So you stay in it. The only thing fear wants is more fear. You know what sickness wants? It wants more sickness. So it's important that you take on the responsibility to see something. I love cookies. I love those little blueberry muffins, those vegan blueberry muffins. I like a good slice of pie. All of those things, but they're things that I do periodically throughout the year. They're not every weekend. They're not frequently. So keep that in mind again, balance. And when we talk about being in balance, we have to look at our behavior. So let's talk a little bit about the behavioral effects. Disordered eating patterns, we'll kick it off with that. Emotional eating can contribute to the development of eating disorders such as binge eating disorder. And you've seen that the BED. And BED is something that can, people can easily hide, but the binging won't let you hide a lot of times because it will, from all of the extra calories, that person can gain weight. But there's another side to that, and that's our genetic pool. You can be a person that can eat a whole truckload of food, but you don't get any larger. So it's not just obesity. It can also be in your gene pool that you're small, but those small people that binge have this binge eating disorder. And then there's avoidance of emotions. Just as I was just speaking about, relying on the food for comfort, that can actually prevent individuals from addressing the underlying emotional issues leading to unresolved psychological problems. And then we have the understanding, even having the understanding of these effects that can actually help in developing healthier coping strategies. And that's coping skills are very, very important for managing emotions without turning to food. And that will do it for eating with purpose. And write these things down, and just don't depend on memorization. Write them down, make notes, record it so that you'll have this available to you when you want it. Okay, so I'm going to go now to the um, wonderful care and care. Let's let's go ahead.
All right. Thank you so much, Dr. Zarif. You mentioned balance, and I appreciate that because sometimes I think people, um, including myself, when I first started off, thought that when you start a plant based diet, when you decide to, do something different, that you can't have that thing that tastes, the things that taste good. You mentioned the blueberry muffins. And I say that because a lot of times people may feel like, okay, I've made this decision to eat healthy now, and I can no longer have anything that makes me feel good or taste good to me, and it's not, and that's not the case. So you still have the option to eat those, the things like, some sweets, but you're still understanding that there is balance. So I just wanted to point that part out. Okay. Um,
Excellent.
Say that again.
I said excellent, excellent.
Yes. Absolutely, absolutely. So that was my feedback from that. Thank you so
Well,
much.
let's go ahead and move forward and welcome everybody here to Mind of Nature. We're so glad that you're here, and we so much respect you taking time to join us. We're talking about probably one of the hardest subjects or realistic subjects on the planet right now, and that is what we eat. And again, acknowledging like the people that remember, I hear people that if you offer them some information, they actually retort or they respond to what you say more like a reaction. I mean, I eat what I want to eat, and I eat as much as I want to eat, and I eat where I want to eat, and all that. And see, all of that just proves that those kinds of attitudes lead them to the foods or the habits that increase the risk of disaster. And that's things like, the different diseases and infections, and even the illnesses that come along with that risk. Okay, so we know that you're there and we're speaking to you. We don't want you to go ahead and go to, you keep on moving. Oh, I don't want to hear about it. And that's another thing. I don't know if you heard that before, Kara, but like when people, some folks actually think that if they don't know about it, that it's not going to happen.
Yes.
What kind of nonsense is that? It's like if it's like a person don't hear my radiator is overheating, but I'm going to take some black tape and put it over the red light, and then poof, it'll go away. We need to take more responsibility of ourselves, and if you don't believe it, all you got to do is live long enough, and you will see it for yourself.
Yes.
We can do better, so let's do better. Let's go
Absolutely.
down to people that think that they are excluded from illness. And this is really important because some people actually think that I ain't got nothing to do with me. And it's unfortunate that they feel that way because I'm talking about when anybody that abuses their body, they may not get the same kind of results, but they will get the results that are stemming directly from their abuse. So it's plenty room for that, but there's also plenty room for taking care of yourself. Individuals who perceive themselves as excluded due to illness often experience significant emotional and social challenges. This perception can stem from stigma associated with mental health conditions or physical illnesses, leading to feelings of isolation and rejection. Now, I'm going to go down a list and I want to give you a few things that you can keep in mind. First is stigma and exclusion rather. Stigma and exclusion. Stigma actually refers to negative attitudes and beliefs about individuals with health conditions, which can result in social exclusion, not being involved in the communicating the when people are uh, in some type of situation like we talked about before, your environment where you're singing, playing, meeting new people, around people that love you and you love them back. I'm talking about that high spiritual thing that we can share. um, People with mental illnesses often face discrimination, and the discrimination which can exacerbate feelings of exclusion. People feel like they're ostracized, and that is definitely when it comes down to people that actually think that they're excluded from illness. We are all susceptible to illness, and that is from mental illness to physical illness. It's very important to listen to these words and do something about them. The impact of mental health, such as social exclusion, is linked to poor mental health outcomes, making it crucial to address these feelings for recovery. And experiencing the ostracism can lead to increased anxiety, depression, and a sense of hopelessness, and that's really pitiful. I'm not with the hope thing, but I understand where hopelessness actually is used over and over. Now, if there's no strategy in hope, but hopelessness indicates that a person doesn't expect anything better to happen. They have no reason to know that they have what it takes to face a challenge. Um, Things of that nature. So, hopelessness is a terrible place to go because that is a person that thinks that there are no other choices other than to eat this, for instance, terrible food, drink things that will just reap havoc in their digestive system and cause the increase of diseases and infection. Another thing to keep in mind is community and support. And I talked about a person that feels like they're not accepted in a certain community. Um, Sometimes it's not the community, it might be the person, because people walk into situations with all of these rules about what they do and what they don't do. And many times, if we don't keep ourselves in check, that is to manage what we're thinking and saying and we're doing, that is very easy um, to fall into a stupor. Now, the efforts to reduce the stigma and promote inclusion, it can help improve the quality of your life for those who are feeling excluded. Building supportive communities is essential to fostering social connections and reducing the feelings of isolation. And we speak about that all the time because we talk about community environment, people that are surrounding you. But again, you can't tell some people nothing. So therefore, I don't waste my breath and my time when I detect that, because some folks are like, "Hey, I eat what I want to eat, and at least I'm gonna die from something." Some old crazy. That's just crazy. I want to talk a little bit about stigma and exclusion because I know I kind of shot through that. Stigma, again, refers to the negative attitudes and beliefs. And when I talk about attitudes and beliefs, beliefs are those things that people embrace as their truth, and the truth becomes their reality. So it's almost impossible to talk about changing the way that you eat and it's not on your own. If you do it on your own, you feel better with it. Some people aren't, they don't ego trip. Remember, I said low self esteem is the worst disease on the planet? Well, the reason that I say that it is because people don't feel that they're worth making those better, healthier choices for. And people with mental illnesses, they often face discrimination which can exacerbate the feelings of exclusion. So that's definitely something that we can do without. Moving into the impact of mental health, as you see, it seems to be more and more widespread every single day. Social exclusion is linked to a poor mental health outcomes, making it crucial to address these feelings for recovery. And experiencing this again, increasing your anxiety and depression. These are real things. If you don't understand mental illness or mental health, you'll do yourself a great service by looking into it more, learn more. Go to NAM, for instance, and I think I'm saying that right. And there are other different organizations that really help with your mental illness challenges. Okay. And the community and support, I can't say that enough, because really building supportive communities is essential for fostering social connections. I myself, I am a leader of a organization called Backup Community Safety, and this is a group of people that we meet every week. We talk about the things that we're working on. We talk about setting our goals. We get together and we celebrate each individual in different ways. It might be birthday, anniversary, it might be the day that they discover something, what have you, but they know that we care. And you can do the same thing in your communities, the same thing in your families. And it takes time, because when you're dealing with people, you might or you should expect that there's going to be some differences. However, you will also have a core of people that want to experience getting together. And you'd be surprised what you can do when you are doing things together. Speaking of together, we're going to talk about the people that got themselves together, that are now online listening to us. And I'm going to hand it back to Care, so we can continue with our show.
Absolutely. Thank you so much, Dr. Zarif. I appreciate that. Hello to everyone that's just joining us. We are live streaming on Facebook, we're on YouTube, and we are on Instagram. Eclipse Soleil, good morning to you and Happy New Year to you over on Instagram. Good to see you. Dr. Zarif, as you mentioned, I don't know, it's whenever you're talking about like just like obesity or just making those decisions, even knowing what you're eating, the reason why you're eating something and knowing why you're doing that. uh, um, it's always great when you say things like that, because I think that is the main thing. We're not wanting, like you said, judging or anything like that when it comes to saying, oh, this person's eating, beef or fish or whatever the case may be. It is you learning, like you said, what it means when you're eating that item. So it's just the knowledge, having that information is what we're here doing. What Dr. Zarif is, the information that he's sharing. It's not telling you necessarily what to do, but just understand that what you're doing is going to have this effect on you, pretty
Yeah,
much.
very well said. Yeah, and that's what it really comes down to, because we're all grown,
Mm-hmm.
and
Yeah.
grown people don't like anybody telling them what to do. They
Yeah.
don't want to feel that, like, you can't tell me what to. And I know I constantly, I've gone through it, and even today, you can, because people, will come to you, frankly, too late. They'll come to you when they're very, very sick, and they,
Yeah.
I mean, they're looking at the face of death, and you can't do anything for them. They're in stage 5 of something, and they think that now they're going to come and say, "Here, you know what? They did me wrong. After I spent $36,000 last weekend, and this guy, all of these, I've heard all kinds of stories, but
Mm-hmm.
they'll come to the brother last, and brothers like me, they'll come to last. They're like, and it's just not. It's the knowledge is there, but they're like, wait a minute, he looks like me. And then they'll start projecting themselves on you. It's like, well, I'm black and I don't take care of myself, or I can do this, I can do that. Black people, whatever that. I don't even like to repeat it. As you see, I'm skipping over that part because
Well,
I think it's just stupidity.
and that is true, but I mean, I think whenever you say it, um it helps to at least get that out, because it is the truth. Unfortunately, that is what happens. Like you've said before, people come to you and it's like one foot in the grave and one foot on the banana peel, right? And
Yes.
it's like, can't turn that around, let's do it the other way. So it does sound, like that, but that's the reality of what it is. So
Yeah. I agree with you, and that's the thing that we have to. One of the things, everybody, that you can do starting today is, if you haven't already, set an appointment for your annual examination. If you don't do anything else, do that. Get a date and put it down. This is where you're going to get your examination. And I'm talking to those of you that are doctors and nurses and those that are professors and other practitioners. We are not exempt from that. And guys, you should know also that, check your prostate, because you should understand what the Gleason score is. You should understand your PSA. You should understand what your prostate does. You should understand the location of it. You should understand even just the thing. Many people say prostrate, and that just shows me, not that these people are ignorant, but this is just shows me that there are people that still aren't familiar. They're not familiar with it as much as they should be, so they'll say things that they think it is. Okay, so anyway, there you have it. I want to go right into the. Let's see if we have any questions, and then after we have some questions, why don't we give everybody some information about this wonderful 28 day diet that has been produced by uh, Dr. James.
Wonderful. I don't see any questions, a lot of shares, which I do appreciate. But we can actually go ahead and talk about that right now, which is the 28-day kickstart to plant-based eating. So that is starting January 20th at 7 p.m. Central Time. And the QR code is actually right there where you can scan and join the free, what is it? Excuse me, free four sessions, okay, of the 28-day kickstart to plant based. So that's the information here. Again, the QR code is right there. Let me see if I can get the banner, because I know that I had that. I had that banner there too. Is it this one here? Love your heart, live your best. So there it is, the Fearless 28 day kickstart to plant based eating. And in the very first day, which is January 20th, Dr. Zarif, you're going to be presenting, correct?
That's correct. That's correct.
Mhm.
And thanks to Dr. James for being very instrumental in making this happen. Please check it out. Did we talk about the link and the QR code?
The QR code is there. I don't have a link. Maybe we can have that one set up, or if there is a link, we can have that one set up. But I don't have a link for that one right now.
Okay. Well, we want everybody to make sure you take time to look deeper into it, because you won't regret it. I want to give a shout out to Sky Aim Productions, yeah, and I give a shout out to Vaps 911. I love you, Michelle in the house, Eclipse Soleil, and Carter 8868. Thank you. They just are those wonderful folks that are here. I really appreciate it. We really appreciate it. And we're going on, I think, what is this? I think our third year. Uh,
Hmm.
is
I
it our
think
third or our fourth?
I gotta check. Whenever we ask this question, I can never keep up.
Yeah, because we did some shows on we did some other shows, and now we over here, and so glad we did, because as far as we are concerned, we are making great advancements,
Right.
in
Yes.
meeting wonderful, wonderful people, and we're getting things done. Okay. All right. I'm going to go back to, one of the things that we also can pay attention to as we go into the new year is to get your examinations. Why? Because there are a lot of situations where people have silent diseases, and One of those diseases is high blood pressure. You will hear the silent killer as a nickname for that. Well, high blood pressure or hypertension has also been called the silent killer because it does not usually manifest symptoms in early stages. People may have they may have it for years and they don't even realize it, and they don't know that they're at risk. So by getting these examinations, you will avoid going or having that particular situation left untreated. It can also lead to strokes. It can lead to heart attacks. It can lead to kidney failure. Now, it can also um, be identified through periodic blood pressure checks. Balanced diet, regular exercise, stress management, all of those can help to prevent or control this condition. So that's one, the high blood pressure. A lot of people have high blood pressure because you won't stop eating all of that salt. So if you want to change the results of high blood pressure, not to even talk about what high blood pressure will just wreak havoc in your kidneys. And we can go into more of that. But for now, just know that it can lead to stroke, it can lead to heart attacks, and it can lead to kidney failure. And we can go into more of that, of course. But for now, just keep in mind that these are high risk situations and they are also known as silent killers. The another silent killer was type 2 diabetes. And this is a hideous disease, but some people don't think so because frankly, doctors are doing a better job at administering treatment, and it makes it look easy. But when you have type 2 diabetes is a slow onset condition, and many people are just unaware that they have it until complications arise. And when they have complications that arise, um, instead of taking the steps to get that situation taken care of, over time, the high blood sugar levels can damage your nerves, your kidneys, and blood vessels, increasing the risk of heart disease. And that's is so important to know that it's like just because you don't see it doesn't mean that it isn't there. Now, people with this disease, they may experience fatigue and frequent urination or unexplained weight loss, but these symptoms often go unnoticed. Regular blood sugar checks, and you can get these different kits that you have at home. A healthy diet and daily exercise can help prevent or they can help manage diabetes. And yes, I'm aware of diabetes 1, type 2, and type 1. But for right now, mainly we're talking about type 2 diabetes. Now, osteoporosis, this is something, especially women as we get older, when even as early as 40 years old, you want to start checking for bone density. Osteoporosis weaken the bone. So you hear osteomalacia, other different diseases making them brittle or more prone to fractures. Some women, um, if as they get older, even like your grandma, you remember you used to give grandma a big hug, and then as she gets older, she becomes more fragile. So you can't do that. Your mom or dad might say, "No, don't hug granny too hard," and she might tell you herself, like, "No, that's you too strong. Not so. You gotta take it easy with grandma." And excuse me, this is very important. The disease progresses silently for years with no discomfort or pain until the bones break, and most often in the wrist, the spine, or the hip. Now, postmenopausal women are most susceptible, but men can develop osteoporosis as well. Just like in women are most likely or more susceptible to breast cancer, but men can develop breast cancer as well. Diet rich in calcium and vitamin D, along with weight bearing exercises. That's like, you can get on the machines. You don't have to go super heavy, but enough to have that resistance that can strengthen your bones and reduce the risk of fractures. Now, we can also talk about another silent disease, which is uh, hepatic megaly, also known as the fatty liver. And the fatty liver disease, as one of the um, silent diseases, is actually, if you want to break it down, and you hear it said as non alcoholic fatty liver disease, NAFLD. I just heard something. What you say? Oh, okay. All right. A little tricky here. There you go. Okay, can you see it now? All right, thank you. Okay, back to the fatty disease or liver fatty disease. It's a non-alcoholic fatty liver disease. Is growing public health concern. Is a growing public health concern, and is caused by excess fat accumulation in the liver. Now, people with fatty liver disease are often asymptomatic, which means they can't feel anything. They have no symptoms, but the disease can progress to liver inflammation, scarring, and even failure. Now, risk factors include obesity, diabetes, and physical inactivity. Um, Back to what I've always said, a proper diet, like my rhythm diet, will teach you how to eat, not only what to eat, but when to eat. Regular exercise, and you should also have that mapped out or, on your schedule, and maintaining a healthy body weight, and um, just know that that's the key to preventing liver damage. So those things, you want to be active. Physical activity is super important, and proper food. Food that is rich with vitamins and minerals. Fiber, on and on. Speaking of fiber, let's talk about a little bit about colon cancer. Now, this can be forever, but we're gonna make it abbreviated, really, so that we can at least get the um, primary understanding of this. And the colon cancer typically, when we talk about colon cancer, typically develops without symptoms in its early stages, just like high blood pressure. In this early stage, that's why you have so many people that once they find out that they have cancer, is always in their later stages. But I'm telling you, if you stop procrastinating and get off of your buns and get down to your doctor, you will find that you'll be glad that you did. Colonoscopies, there's all types of ways just to check or give you a examination. Your colon is a super important part of your entire, systemically is the most important part. I wouldn't say most important, but it is one of the important parts of your body. Many people do not experience pain, bleeding, or digestive issues until the disease has significantly progressed. And regular colonoscopies can detect the precancerous polyps. And that's what those little growths of skin that can be right on your colon, allowing for timely intervention. A fiber rich diet, avoiding processed foods, enriched foods, all of those ultra processed foods and and avoiding regular exercise can help lower the risk of colon cancer. Now, Black folks die from colon cancer, um, unfortunately, at a high rate, and we can trace that back to what? The direct connection with what they're eating, what we're eating. And eating ribs, I say this all the time, eating ribs and eating chitlins and hog moss does not make you any blacker. It just makes you a higher risk to illness. Now, I guess just to wrap it up with this, the colon cancer, the silent diseases. Um, well, let's wrap up all of these, and that because of what I'm going to say can just give you a good foundation to look at this thing about being healthy a little different. Silent diseases pose a serious threat to health as they often progress unnoticed until complications arise. Regular doctor checkups and a healthy lifestyle, even early preventive screening, can help detect and manage these conditions before they use significant or before they cause significant harm. Awareness and proactive measures are essential for overall well being and long term health. Keep that in mind as we move along today in our explanation for no matter how good it tastes, don't let your health go to waste. We're going to go back to Care.
Yes, thank you so much, Dr. Zarif. I wanted to get great information. Wanted to get to the comments because I know our time is a ticking. Dr. James Thompson says high blood pressure also tracks with ED, erectile dysfunction, directly or indirectly, sometimes associated with blood pressure treatment.
Yes, and thank you, Dr. James. Exactly, and that's really important to know because sometimes people may not associate a disease with all these other diseases, and this is really important to know that if you have this disease, especially that window between knowing that you have a disease or the window that you should have gone to see a doctor to the time that you go, all the stuff that can happen between those dots is really important to understand that that's a significant amount of things to occur. So thank you, Dr. James. Yes, for that's really really important.
Yes.
Um,
Yolanda says, going through that now, arthritis is not for the weak, trying to build my muscle back up after a car accident and few falls. I'm so sorry to hear that. But, um, you know, uh, wow. Any feedback on that, Dr. Zarif?
Well, yeah, yes, you're doing the right thing, Yolanda. Is just taking every step. The thing that you're doing is smart. Is you taking your time. When I was in Detroit, I saw you limping, and I was like, "What happened?" And later on, of course, I found out, and I'm very sorry that you even have to go through that because you've been working so hard and keeping your body together. But the idea here is to keep going. Don't stop. Don't give up and just take your time little by little. You're going to be here. You're going to be alive. As long as you're alive, you can work on doing or increasing your health. So, congratulations just for the way that you think.
Mm-hmm.
And you here with us, and we love you to no end. And that is that's the way you do it. You just keep doing it, being the big mama that you are, and keep going because you're looking fantastic. And again, hydrotherapy is just super good as far as the warm water that you can just soak yourself, slip right into a nice hot bath. Do that on a regular basis, doing the stretching. That's why some of the older people, especially in Asian countries, Tai Chi Chuan or Tai Chi is a very, very beautiful exercise to do that's not too hard on the body, but keeps you strong and inside and outside.
Absolutely. Thank you so much for that, Dr. Zarif. And a comment on Instagram from Eclipse Soleil. Happy New Year. Time is already in high gear. We have another year to do better. Love both of you. Claudie. Thank you so much. We appreciate you. Thank you so much. That's on Instagram from Eclipse
Oh,
Soleil.
how so wonderful. That's beautiful. Thank you. Thank you so much. Oh, I see it. That's awesome. Thank you so much, Clip Soleil, Claudie, and I really appreciate you. And while it'd be good to see you after all of this time, we'll keep in touch. That's for sure. Um, and I can let you know the schedule. So we're going to meet up. We haven't seen each other, I think, since we've been teenagers. So that's it's good to see you here. I want to also again say hello to I think is Boho style underscore sure six. Welcome to the Instagram, and we really appreciate you being here. Okay, all right, Kara, we're going to go ahead and do the last part coming up, and that's why hydration is important. Now, hydration is important, like the water that you drink is important. There's a lot of new changes on some of the five-stage filters that are available. Keep up with the time because these are things that affect your body and your lifestyle. Hydration is crucial body for your body as it supports the numerous essential functions. So I'm going to just go through a couple of things. One is it regulates your body temperature. Water helps to maintain a stable body temperature through sweating and respiration. Now, if you're not working out, you are not getting the full benefit of what your body does and how it can help you move your body around. People that don't move, there's a disease, it's called sarcopenia. And sarcopenia, pretty much in the nutshell, is old people disease. That means not people that are older in age, but people that act like the ones that stay in that chair for hours looking at TV, and the ones that don't do any exercise, they don't stretch, they don't do diaphragmatic breathing, they don't do these things because they've been telling themselves that they're old for a long time. Even when they were just after the 20s, they started counting down, and it's really unfortunate that they uh, did that, but it's fortunate that you're here today so you can hear these things. Spread the word. Supports the other thing that hydration is important for, that it actually supports digestion. Adequate hydration aids in digestion and nutrient absorption, preventing constipation. You hear that? So those of you that may have your stool may be rather hard, it is important for you to have enough water to help balance the softness in your stool, so that you won't be you have other things like polyps and hemorrhoids and other type of bowel inflammation. The other thing is the enhancement of brain function. Yes, hydration does that too. Didn't know that, huh? Well, proper hydration is linked to improved concentration, alertness, and cognitive performance. Do you know a person can be dehydrated and they can change this whole way of keeping or maintaining the health, maintaining your health. So when it comes to water, again, um, this all drinking water is alkalinic. I'll just leave it like that. You know, some water is alkalized, and some water is just naturally alkaline water. And we'll get back to that later because that goes into other subjects, and I rather avoid it for right now. So here, dehydration. When it comes to dehydration, anyone can become dehydrated, but the condition is more serious in infants, children, and older adults. So make sure that if you have infants, children, and older adults in your family, that they're drinking. That simply have you had some water, or get your the little people running around and playing to stop and get water, because they won't, if you don't give it to them, they'll want something like some fruit juice, or they might want some candy and things of that nature. So let's get on the ball with that. And young children, the common cause of dehydration in younger children is diarrhea and vomiting. Older adults have a lower volume of water in their bodies to begin with, and older adults might have conditions or to take medicines such as water pills that increase the risk of dehydration. So when you're talking about in older people, how your body is acting, make sure that you add in the component of taking medication, meaning that the way that you feel, also like people, there's I'm gaining weight, or I'm out of shape, or I'm tired, all of those things. You may also want to look at the side effects of the drugs that you're taking. Okay. All right, I'm going to stop right there, and thank you very much for listening, everyone. Remember, no matter how good it tastes, don't let your body go to waste. We're going to go back up to Care and get ready to sign off. Care, you there?
Yes, I am here. Thank you so much, Dr. Zarif. Great information as always to bring the new year in correctly as far as with the mind of nature. For everyone that joined us, thank you all so much. The flyer that you see beside me is in regards to the 28-day kickstart to plant-based eating. This is a free 4-session event that's going on. It's an online event for anyone that was wondering. So you have the QR code right there for free registration, so you can go ahead and kick your new year off. It starts January 20th. Dr. Zarif is going to be presenting on that day, starting off on that day. So this is the information here for anyone that is interested. Okay, Dr. Zarif, back to you.
Thank you. Yes, I'll be speaking about heart health. So this is very important. Heart disease still leads in the most fatal diseases out of all the diseases, and it's been leading for about the last 100 years. And we need to do something about that. Who's afflicted more with it? Black people.
Mm-hmm.
So we got to get. We have to make sure that we take charge of our lives, and this is a beginning to doing that. I think it was something that I'll just go ahead and skip it because I know time goes by fast. Thanks everybody for checking us out, and thank you very much for supporting us on a daily or on a weekly basis, and some of you on the daily, because we also have different clips that's out there. Thank you again, Dr. James, for keeping us in the mix and keeping us abreast of those things that are important to be healthier and to make better decisions. We're all in this together, and we get better and better as we work together. Back to Care.
Yes, thank you so much, Dr. Zari. I just wanted to say hello to Elissa. Good day. She says, good day, everyone. Good day to you. Good to see you. Again, we live stream every Saturday, 8 a.m. Pacific time. That's when you'll find us here in the Mind of Nature. So, again, Happy New Year to everyone. Take action on the information. And if you missed anything, if you came in late, go ahead and watch the replay. Okay, it's going to be on Dr. Zarif's YouTube channel, Dr. Farid Zarif. All right, Dr. Zarif, back to you.
Thank you very much, everybody. Have a happy new year, and may your families and yourselves, your friends, your loved ones all have a wonderful, prosperous new year. And let's be healthier. I'm Dr. Zarif, the nutritionist.